right, guys, let's get some thoughts out here. Some of these might be random, but let's just have a conversation real fast, right? Let's look at 185 pounds. Paulo Costa versus Chimaev. Number one contenders fight. But now let's ask ourselves another question. What is the hardest fight out there for Israel Adesanya? The hardest fight out there for Israel Adesanya is Khamzat Chimaev. But the hardest fight for Khamzat Chimaev is Paulo Costa. And the hardest matchup for Paulo Costa is Sean Strickland. So these boys got a lot of fighting left to do. Give the 85-pounders a hard time, but I do it rightfully so. And I tell you the one thing that and these are studs, but one thing those studs have in common is they don't want to fight each other. There is no division right now and in any organization, by the way, which top guys don't try to fight one another. 185 does not have a Belal Muhammad, by the way. It might soon. Because the Belal Muhammad is thinking about going up to 185 pounds. I've got to tell you, I could not advise Belal to do anything any better than he has and is continuing to do. It's perfect. Belal Muhammad is not only doing a perfect job, he is setting an example. If people begin to copy and or follow him, he's setting an example. Belal Muhammad observed what Kevin Lee did, and he observed what Anthony Smith did, and he put them together. Gimmick infringement, he took their idea, and he ran with it, and he's turned it into something new. There are 750 athletes, I'm rounding, 750 athletes under contract with the Ultimate Fighting Championship. 700 of them have not, but will not ever, at their time in this sport, accomplish what Belal already has. 700 of the 750 will never beat as many guys straight as Belal has. They'll never see multiple main events on the worldwide leader. They will never be a cornerman, a coach, a competitor, and an analyst. Things that Belal has already done. That he's already achieved is in the absolute upper echelon. We have champions right now, that have not beaten up as many people as Muhammad has. And I don't see him, while doing everything perfect, getting the fights that he wants. I'm not seeing that. There is a rumor out there, right? Belal goes after everybody. Everybody. He does everything right. He's truly setting an example. You want the other guys doing what Belal's doing. But he gets pulled off of multiple main events and put on an undercard against a guy named Brady who never lost. We're going to get rid of him We're going to put him on an undercard and get him beat up by this ace that we're bringing in from New Jersey. I mean, I'm just these things happen. Now he's going in every which direction except one. There's only one direction Belal has not gone. You go to Google, you search it up. He's gone in every direction meaningful except for one. He didn't go after Rakhmonov. And that's what we're here. He's going to be fighting with Rakhmonov. I'm sitting back and I'm scratching my head. I don't get this. I don't get, what am I missing? And how are you going to get him and Rakhmonov? By the way, you got 700 athletes they'll never be on the run that he's on, right? That he's already on. It's already done. Money in the bank. And you got 7, they're never going to do what Rakhmonov did. It's already over. It's already on their way to 16. They never went and 0. None of them. None of them. The only guy that did it's already left. Khabib. 16-0, all finished. All right, great. But if we put them together, we've got to admit something has got to be here. Something beautiful has got to be here. And if you're counting on Belal to go out and promote the fight, I don't know. He probably will. He's probably a team player. He'll understand. He'll probably do it. But to count on him and lean on him for that, and you're going to give him he called out everybody in the world except for that guy. And it doesn't have anything to do with the skills. Well, Hall's after some name recognition. He's earned that. He's gotten to that spot. For goodness sakes, he stopped the streak. He stood opposite Leon Edwards on ESPN, and he didn't lose. He didn't lose. So you got to bring him in there with other name guys. That's just what you got to do. Doing the rematch, putting him there with Luke, right? I mean, only the hardcores even know that they fought before. Now you're helping him out. You're helping him out. You're doing something. And at the time, Luke could have been put in a number one contender any way you wanted to do it. He hadn't been beaten yet. He weighed in at the Garden. He was the backup guy. Big feature matchup. Passes with flying colors. Now he's talking about he's going to have to leave the division. Talking about going up to 185 pounds. I don't see what problem that solves. I don't think that Belal had any sincerity when he was talking about going up to 185. But he is living the gimmick. Anybody, anywhere, anytime, including you guys. I love it. I love it. Everybody does. So how do we reward it? What is it that we do for him? Great reason for him to fight Rahman. That's an awesome match, for sure. For sure. But you see the irony in it. You have one of the most willing guys in any division. You have one of the most willing guys to go out there and compete. He didn't care if it's 3 rounds. He didn't care if it's 5 rounds. Turns out he doesn't care the weight class. You see the irony and give it to the one guy who we didn't speak about, who we didn't go after. And there's a message within that somewhere.